Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swami Netapaharine Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Respected Swami Satyadevanandaji Maharaj, dear brother monk, Swami Shuddhidananda ji, respected Nivedita ji, respected monks present here, respected dignitaries present here, my very dear young friends, it's a great pleasure to meet all of you. The topic that has been given to me is the relevance of Chicago addresses of Swami Vivekananda in the present scenario. What is the present scenario? The present scenario is the world has been united as never before because of the advancement of communication technology. It has become a global village through internet, through Facebook, through social media. The whole world has become one. Physical distance has been annihilated. But paradoxically, the mental distance has increased. Swami Vivekananda started on 31st May 1893 from Bombay, Gateway of India, to go for the Parliament of World Religion. 25th July he reached Chicago. It took 2 months for him. Now, morning 4 o'clock, you go to the Bombay airport, take a flight. By 12:30 p.m., you are in New York. So, physical distance has been annihilated. But what about the mental distance? Mental distance has increased. You can talk to your friends thousands of miles away in any country very nicely because the communication is through satellite. You can very nicely have communication with your friends thousands of miles away, but you cannot have proper communication with your wife sitting on the same sofa from last 6 months. That is the paradox, the present scenario. It has become a global village. Globalization come at least on economic front. But where is the global peace? Global peace cannot come till there is a global civilization. And global civilization cannot come unless and until sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant fanaticism, about which Swami Vivekananda spoke, do not go out. There is a book by Samuel P. Huntington, The Clash of Civilizations and Remaking of a World Order, in which he says, most of the wars about which we are not aware also, small wars here and there, they are going on in various parts of the world. And these wars are not between countries. They are clashes of civilizations. More particularly, they are clashes between religions. More particularly between Islam and Christianity. Outside you feel the two countries are fighting, but inside if you go, it is the conflict between two religions. And that is why Swami Vivekananda told in this historic speech in the Parliament of World Religion on 11th September 1893 that we must say goodbye to all sorts of fanaticism, all sorts of sectarianism, all sorts of bigotry. We did not say goodbye. So after 108 years, there was another 9/11. As you know, the Twin Towers broke. The World Trade Center Twin Towers, the aeroplane collided, a novel method of destructing the towers, and 3,500 people died, many people got injured. Last year I was in New York. I saw even today it is ground zero. The towers have not been reconstructed. There's a pool of water. A Millennium Tower is coming up by the side, and a museum on 9/11 is coming up, but that is gone. And even today, so many incidents are happening because of the sectarianism, bigotry. Now one more element has been added, and that is terrorism as a product of this sectarianism. So it is in this particular viewpoint that Swami Vivekananda's Chicago addresses that get more and more relevance. When we are talking about relevance, this question was asked to Dr. Federico Meyer, the then Director General of UNESCO, on 8th October 1993. The Paris headquarters of UNESCO was celebrating the centenary of Swami Vivekananda's Chicago addresses. And the question was asked, what is the relevance of this celebration in UNESCO? And then he said, Swami Vivekananda's address was very relevant when he spoke about saying goodbye to sectarianism and bigotry. But now, today, when we are facing the problems of terrorism, this concept of harmony of religions given by Swami Vivekananda is much more relevant. That is what he told in 1993 during the centenary celebration. Now we are having 125th anniversary of the same Chicago addresses, and I will say it has become still more relevant because the problems exist, the problems still exist, and it has taken a worse form of sectarianism and bigotry has come now to the world. And that is why Swami Vivekananda's message of the harmony of religion that he gave in Chicago in 1893 is very relevant. And you will be very happy to know this 125th anniversary was celebrated not only in India, all over the world. In the same Art Institute of Chicago, there was the celebration in last year, in 2018. And Illinois government, because Chicago comes under Illinois government, Illinois state declared 11th September as Swami Vivekananda Day. That is the honor that was given. And last year, in 2018, there was the 7th Parliament of World's Religions that was held in Toronto. You know, the first Parliament of World's Religion, that was called World's Parliament of Religion, was held in Chicago in 1893. For 100 years, there was nothing. Then 1993, during the centenary, again in Chicago, there was the second Parliament of World Religion. The name was changed to Parliament of World Religion. The same committee was reconstituted. And then it met with so much of success that it was decided that every 5 years, there will be this Parliament of World Religion in various corners of the world. And so it went on. 6th Parliament of World Religion was in Salt Lake City in America, where I had the opportunity to go there and address the gathering. And the 7th Parliament of World Religion was held in Toronto from 1 to 7 November last year. And I saw with my own eyes how much is the enthusiasm. We have come a long way from the time of Swami Vivekananda, but we have to go a very long way still far. Where I saw 10,000 delegates from 120 countries belonging to 200 faiths had come in Toronto, in the 7th Parliament of World Religion. All were talking about harmony. In the plenary session, in the concluding session, many speakers, they quoted Swami Vivekananda. In fact, the speech of Swami Vivekananda was also read out. So Swami Vivekananda is becoming more and more relevant. And there, so many people, they were working and going, talking in harmony. So that is the change that has come, which was not there in 1893 when Swami Vivekananda spoke. So even today, this harmony and peace all over the world is in demand, and gradually it is coming, but we have a long way to go. And you know, the Canadian government, because the Parliament of World, 7th Parliament of World Religion was in Toronto, so and it is during this November, that was Diwali, so Canadian government declared November month as Indian Heritage Month. And the 7th Parliament of World Religion thought that there should be Diwali celebration inside the convention hall of the Parliament of World Religion. So Diwali celebration, Diwali was celebrated, but not on 6th November because people were going on 6th. So it was done on 2nd of November. There was Diwali celebration inside the big hall. There was an image of goddess Lakshmi, and there was Vedic chanting, and the religious leaders of various denominations from whole of Toronto, they were invited for the function, for that celebration, Diwali celebration. And I was told to give the keynote address on Hinduism and Swami Vivekananda. I had that great privilege of being the part of that Diwali celebration in the Parliament of World Religion. And there I saw many of non-Indians, many Christians, many other denominations from different things. They were attending Diwali celebration and they were enjoying the chanting that was going on Goddess Lakshmi, and they were enjoying whatever was being told about Hinduism and Swami Vivekananda. And this Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this great idea that is given by Swami Vivekananda, that is Ekam Sadvipra Bahuda Vadanti, that was given thousands of years back by our rishis, retold and practiced by Sri Ramakrishna in his own life. And that is why Swami Vivekananda said, Sri Ramakrishna's life itself is the parliament of religions. Because he practiced, not only that he studied various religions, he practiced various religions by turn. First he practiced Hinduism, he had the vision of Mother Kali, he had the vision of Rama, he had the vision of Krishna and so many things, so gods and goddesses. Then he practiced Tantra, then he practiced Advaita philosophy under Totapuri, and then he practiced Islam, and he had the vision of Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. Then he practiced Christianity. Then he had the vision of Christ, who embraced him and entered into him. And after all these experiences, Sri Ramakrishna declared, Joto Mot, Toto Pat. As many faiths, so many paths. And Swami Vivekananda gave that message of harmony of religions of Sri Ramakrishna in 1893. Now it is much more relevant because still we have conflict in the name of religion. So that is one aspect of it. Second is that all of us are having tension. I asked a small girl, how are you? I am under tension. Huh? इतनी छोटी बच्ची तुम टेंशन में हो? बोले हाँ, अभी मैं सीनियर केजी में हूँ. पिछले साल से जूनियर केजी में थी, वो फर्स्ट क्लास फर्स्ट आई थी. मम्मी ने कहा इस बार भी फर्स्ट क्लास फर्स्ट आना है. बहुत टेंशन में हूँ. ये टेंशन का युग आ गया. Everybody under tension. There is no peace inside. And so many types of problems coming. The whole society is undergoing in a very flex. Students को पूछो टेंशन में, उसके बाप को पूछो टेंशन में, उसके ग्रैंडफादर को पूछो टेंशन में. क्यों? ग्रैंडफादर ग्रैंडमदर बोलते कब हमको ओल्ड एज में डालेंगे, कुछ ठीक नहीं है. फादर को पूछो, बोले कब VRS आएगा, कुछ ठीक नहीं. मम्मी को पूछो, अरे बोले इतना सारा टेंशन है, सास का मैनेजमेंट, हस्बैंड का मैनेजमेंट, बच्चों का मैनेजमेंट, किचन का मैनेजमेंट, सबसे ज्यादा काम वाली नहीं मिलती है. सब लोग टेंशन में है. ये टेंशन का युग आ गया और सब लोग they are all suffering. At that time, Swamiji's message of divinity is very, very relevant. स्वामी जी ने शिकागो धर्म सभा में 19th September को 1893 में क्या कहा? While reading out the paper on Hinduism, he talked about this divinity of the soul. Inside each and every one of us, irrespective of caste, creed, color, religion, nationality, there is a center of divinity, the center of consciousness having infinite power. Why are you weeping? Inside, there is the power to surmount all the problems. And then he declared in the words of Shweta Shvedropanishad, Shrunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putrah Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Viditvat Mrityumeti Nanya Pantha Vidyatayana. I have found the ancient one who is beyond all miseries, Amritasya Putra. And then he told, sisters and brothers from America, let me call you by this sweet name, Amritasya Putra, the children of immortal bliss. Ye, the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings. Ye, divinities are not sinners. It is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing liable on human nature. Come upon lions and shake up the delusion that you are sheep. Your soul is immortal, spirit is free, blessed and eternal. You are not matter. You are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not he the servant of matter. That is the message of divinity Swamiji said, gave. And afterwards he used to give in America a beautiful story. I have many students, I will tell that story. A lioness was going along the forest, and suddenly she found a flock of sheep. So in order to cross the flock of sheep, she jumped, and she was at that time pregnant. So she gave birth to a small cub, and the lioness went to the other side and died on the spot. Now this small lion cub started going along with the sheep, and it was weeping. So the mother of the sheep started taking care of that small cub, and that small lion cub started going along with the sheep, playing with the sheep, eating grass like the sheep, and bleating like sheep. Bam, bam. And then it grew up. And after a long time, another lion came to the forest, and it saw at a long distance a flock of sheep going. They are all doing bam, bam, bam. But at the end, there is a small lion that is also bleating bam, bam. This lion was very much surprised. It had never seen any lion bleating like this. So it came nearer in order to find out what it is all about. And all the sheep, they became so much frightened, bam, 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 they started running. This small lion also started running, bam, bam, bam. And this big lion caught up, hey, where are you going? तू कहाँ जाता है? अरे ये लोग तो भेड़ है, इसलिए मुझसे डरते हैं. तू तो मेरे समान शेर है, तू मुझसे क्यों डरता है? छोटे शेर ने क्या कहा? बैं बैं बैं. मैं तो भेड़ हूं, भेड़. मूर्ख, बेवकूफ, शेर होकर के अपने आप को भेड़ बोलता है. तू शेर है, शेर, भेड़ नहीं है. छोटा शेर और भी डर गया, बैं बैं बैं, और रोने लग गया. बैं बैं बैं, मैं तो भेड़ हूं, मैं तो भेड़ हूं, मैं तो भेड़ हूं. बड़े शेर ने पकड़ा, उसको घसीट करके लाया, एक तालाब के किनारे लाया. देख, तालाब में देख, पानी में तेरी परछाई देख, मेरी परछाई देख. तेरा चेहरा मेरे समान है, शेर के समान, ना इन भेड़ के समान है, देख. छोटे शेर ने देखा, हाँ, मेरा चेहरा तो शेर के समान है. बस अब समझ गया, तू शेर है, भेड़ नहीं है. अब बे करना बंद कर, मेरे समान गर्ज ना कर, गर्ज ना कर. चल, अब तू जंगल का राजा हो गया. जंगल का राजा हो गया. स्वामी विवेकानंद ये कहानी बता के बोलते, देखो ये छोटा शेर, ये तो पहले से शेर था ना, कि नया बना? पहले से था. तो क्यों रोता था, क्यों ब्याह करता था? भूल गया था कि मैं शेर हूं. दिस इज द स्टोरी ऑफ ऑल ऑफ अस. हमारे प्रत्येक के भीतर में दिव्य आत्मा है, जिसमें अनंत शक्ति है. और फिर भी हम क्या बोलते हैं? मैं तो दुर्बल हूं, मैं तो निर्बल हूं, और परीक्षा में बहुत टेंशन हो जाता है, मैं कैसे टूर्नामेंट में भाग लूंगा, मुझे कहां से कैसे जाऊंगा, मैं तो बहुत निर्बल हूं. बै 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 बै. ये बै में करते हैं क्योंकि भूल गए हैं कि हमारे भीतर में आत्मा की अनंत शक्ति है. दैट इज वाई स्वामी विवेकानंद सेज, ye the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings, ye devoted sons of sinners, it is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing label on human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake off the delusion that you are sheep. Your souls immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. You are not matter, you are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye the servant of matter. This is what Swami Vivekananda told in the Parliament of World Religion. And he continued to preach for 3.5 years this message of divinity. And wherever he went, he told them, he gave them the example, yes, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine. One day, a lady stood up and said, Swami, you are trying to hypnotize us, always telling, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine. Swamiji said, Madam, I am not trying to hypnotize you. I am trying to dehypnotize you. Because already you are hypnotized. I am sinner, I am weak, already you are hypnotized. I am not trying to hypnotize you. I am trying to dehypnotize you because you are divine, that is the first truth. You are divine, that is the second truth. You are divine, that is the last truth. There is no truth greater than this in this world. You are divine, you are divine, you are divine. This is the message of divinity that was given by Swamiji, which is very relevant today. We are all suffering from tension, small problems, and then we become dejected. Books on suicide are coming. Derek Humphreys has written a book. The name of the book is Final Exit. And the book itself is Exit, not available in the market. With great difficulty, I got a copy. Find out what it is there. You know what is written there? How to commit suicide. Novel methods of committing suicide. And the bestseller book of Japan, you know the name of the book? The Complete Manual on Committing Suicide. 3.5 lakh copies sold in 1 year. You know, suicide bestseller of France, Suicide Users Manual. Now the books are coming out on how to commit suicide. They are all nervous. They are facing tension. Stress management has become very important. It is in this light. It is in this work, in this area. This is the present scenario when we are grappling with the problems, when we are very having this problem of stress management in a big way. It is at that time that Swami Vivekananda's message of this divinity of the soul gets very important. And then Swami Vivekananda gave the gist of the whole of Vedanta in his book on Raj Yoga, one paragraph. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, dogmas, rituals, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So this is the message that was given by Swamiji. Practice the 4 yogas, Raj Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. Practice these 4 yogas in daily life. Manifest the divinity. You will get the strength to surmount all the problems of your life, and you will get infinite happiness, infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, Satchit Ananda, which is our real nature, which is the real goal of life. They are talking about SQ, spiritual intelligence, but Swami Vivekananda, without giving the name of spiritual intelligence, has given us how to have that SQ, how to develop that SQ by combining, harmonizing these 4 yogas in daily life. This message of Swamiji of divinity is very relevant, as is his message of harmony of religions. There are 2 problems in the present scenario. One is the peace outside. World peace is a big problem. Second is the peace inside. Swami Vivekananda gives the solution. He gave the solution 125 years back about the solution of both the problems, peace inside, peace outside. The solution for peace inside, lack of peace inside, he gave the message of divinity. And for the problem of world peace, he gave the solution in the form of harmony of religions, giving this goodbye to all types of fanatism and sectarism and bigotry. This is why Swami Vivekananda's message is very relevant. That is why even after 125 years, it was celebrated throughout the world. And in fact, when President Obama came here for the first time in India, he said, he addressed the joint parliaments, and there he said, he started his lecture with this one: I am very happy to come to India because India is the country which has produced Swami Vivekananda, and Swami Vivekananda came to my Chicago. I am belonging to Chicago, and Swami Vivekananda became world famous at Chicago, and I belong to Chicago. That is the connecting link between me and India, he told. And he also told, and then Prime Minister of Japan at that time, Kobe, when he was invited, and he also addressed the joint session, he started his lecture by the address of Swami Vivekananda given on 11th September, and concluded his address by the speech delivered by Swami Vivekananda on 27th September, his concluding address. He quoted this thing and he said, these are the words of Swami Vivekananda which will save the whole world from all types of violence and all types of destruction. So all the various leaders of the whole world, including the Director General of UNESCO, are thinking that is Swami Vivekananda message that will save. They may or may not take the name of Swami Vivekananda, but the ideas that were given by Swami Vivekananda are very relevant today. Now, last, what next? Today is the concluding celebration. We concluded on 27th September. Now, Satyadevanand ji has concluded it today in Bombay. What next? Jaake so jao. Swami Vivekananda said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. उठो, जागो और लक्ष्य प्राप्ति तक रुको मत. स्वामी जी ने ये नहीं कहा उठो, जागो और सो जाओ. क्या कहा था? उठो जागो लक्ष्य प्राप्ति तक रुको मत. लक्ष्य क्या है? What is the aim? The aim of individual life is to manifest the divinity. And what is the aim of the world? Aim of the world is to reach a place where there will be Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world will become one family, will be harmony and peace, and there will be no violence. There will be all peace outside. There will be peace inside. That is the goal that we have to achieve. So our work is not over. Today, the last day of Swami Vivekananda's Chicago Address's 120th anniversary is the last day. Our work starts from today. And how can we celebrate it? By combining 4 yogas, practicing 4 yogas in daily life and manifesting the divinity within. At the same time, trying to preach, trying to be humble instruments of preaching this message of harmony of religions. And these 2 things, when it will come, then that will be our properly giving our tribute to Swami Vivekananda. We are all very happy at present sitting here in this hall, coming for this great purpose, and I'm very sure in the evening when we depart with very fresh energy, fresh enthusiasm to practice these 4 yogas, to take up the message of Swami Vivekananda of manifesting the divinity within and of preaching and practicing the harmony of religions. Thank you very much.
Pranam Maharaj. We can go on listening to Maharaj without getting tired. But we have other eminent speakers among us. Maharaj, and all of us, let us assure Maharaj as our offering to him that yes, we will keep ourselves awake, if not physically, at least mentally, and continue the work as he is expecting all of us to do and as what Swamiji wanted each one of us to achieve. Pranam Maharaj.